I still don't know if I am okay with the ending of the main game, just because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make any sense. How did how did Robin survive all those years on his own? Especially because he would have been like 2 when the mom died. Maybe give it like 3-4 years after that to then let the father die and or, well, the father be arrested and then die and everything kind of fall into disrepair or whatever. And if that's the case, Robin would have been 5 or 6. So I don't know. Yeah, here we go. The last visit. The last visit.
In other words, you must head right away to the Blackwood estate and get me something.
But sir, that story is long forgotten now. No one cares anymore about...
They will as soon as the estate is demolished. 2 weeks from now, that place is going to be smashed to bits. And such an event will revive all the rumors and madness.
Michael Arthate supposedly solved the Blackwood enigma, but for some reason never shared his solution. Perhaps I could persuade him...
You can forget about that. Mr. Arthate rarely speaks to the press, and less so about this story. Not even the most experienced and reputed reporters in the field have convinced him to talk.
I'm glad to hear you think so highly of me, sir. Perhaps he decided that preserving the mystery would be in the best interests of everyone.
No, I think he's a very unstable fella, and his solution was probably as far-fetched as what town people were rumoring back in the 60s. You know, a family curse or aliens from outer space possessing Blackwood.
Yes, thrilling. What about Jerry Carter?
Jerry Carter was convicted to 8 years in prison with a serious charge of fraud, but only spent 4 inside, and is now doing community services under probational liberty. He's never crossed a single word with Michael since his stay at Blackwood Manor, and probably doesn't know a thing about the mystery.
I can't say I'm excited about this, but I don't have much of a choice, I guess.
No, what you have is a potentially great article on your hands. Do your best, as this is probably our last chance to shed some light about what happened inside that house.
Fine. I'll drive there tomorrow.
And so we return. This looks familiar, except with a different car. But otherwise, this looks familiar. I'm not exactly sure.
I've parked my car inside the estate, and I'm about to start investigating.
Ooh, the skies are considerably more somber than they were when Michael Arthate was there. I love how they're like, Arthate and then Arthate, and they can't say his name right. That's hilarious. Nope, not there. Okay. So we're not going to be doing anything with our car either. Okay.
There's a huge amount of junk inside this garage. I won't even attempt going in.
Oh. Alright. In that case.
I can't go this way.
Oh.
I can't go this way.
We can no longer go either to the greenhouse or to the chapel. Interesting. I wonder if that will change if we drain that at some point, or if that's just permanently a problem.
It looks like someone left in a rush and dropped all their, souvenirs. Ugh! There's something moving down that hole. There's a faint light coming from it, but I can't see what's inside. Whoever left all this stuff in here must have been leaving the house in quite a hurry. Whoever left all this stuff in here must have been leaving the house in quite a hurry. Something is moving down there.
So Robin is still around. Not surprising. Can we even look in this now? Ah, it's all dried out. This is supposed to be a few years later, though, so, you know, stuff. Alright, I guess we could just go inside.
The whole place is exhibiting signs of vandalism and trashing.
Wow. Yeah, this is... Murderer? What? Okay. Oh, there was a piano at one point. It's trashed now.
These paintings must have been quite pricey. They're worthless now.
Oh, really? They're not trashed, I guess? They don't look trashed, but... Then again, if you look at the walls and stuff, stuff's not been kept up for a while, so I guess that makes sense. At least somewhat.
The graffiti is barely readable. Not that I would want to read it. I doubt it would provide many clues.
Okay.
The graffiti is barely readable. Not that I would want to read it. I doubt it would provide many clues.
Murderer. We're not going to examine it, but it is... Wait, what? Oh, we're down already? Hang on. Before we go downstairs, let's see what's in the rest of the house first, shall we? Oh, I can't go through here, apparently.
I guess the doorknobs must have been very valuable.
Okay. Yeah, everything's trashed. Wow.
This phone seems to have gone through some rough moments.
I thought it like switched the hand to be able to do something, but I guess maybe it was just the magnifying glass again.
In its current state, this is an extremely uninviting dining room.
Oh, all the liquor and stuff was tipped over. All the liquor. The liquor cabinet, sorry. Huh. Man, this place is really seen better days. Everything is trashed. Wow. Wonder why. It just was allowed to go into disrepair.
The door is stuck beyond hope. The door is stuck beyond hope.
Wonder why. I get that Jerry was guilty of fraud, I guess is what they said. That he basically, you know, he illegally obtained the deed for the house. Probably because Michael's like, I'll pay any amount of money I want to stay at the house. And Jerry's like, well, money? Okay, sure. But...
The doorknobs here were likely of a high value. No wonder. This place must have been glittering in its heyday.
So we can't go that way either. This is going to be a pretty short experience if we can't go anywhere.
I think I'll take my chances with the other stairway. This one looks quite dangerous.
Interesting. There's a lot of stuff blocked off now. Since I don't know if these are open or going to be used, I should probably examine them, right? It doesn't look like it, though.
These paintings must have been quite pricey. They're worthless now.
Oh, and the one that was over here is missing. Interesting.
This is the room where Michael Arthate slept those 3 fateful days. Not much to see here, though.
I wonder if this means that after Michael did the expelling ceremony, but right before he discovered Robin and then fled, I wonder if in the process of that, the curse is still relieved or blocked or whatever from affecting anybody. Curious.
That's odd. Arthate left most of his stuff in here. In turn, it seems, later visitors have barely left anything. That's odd. Arthate left most of his stuff in here. In turn, it seems, later visitors have barely left anything.
Hey, Silhouette, welcome. Yeah, we're not replaying scratches. I don't know how much of the scratches playthrough you watched. I can't remember which times you were able to watch and stuff. We're not replaying scratches. There's a side quest. It's kind of like a DLC called The Last Visit. We're a reporter. This is years after. So the original character, the character we played in the original game is called Michael Arthate. And so after that game finished, we're now, several years later, we're a reporter. This mansion, this manor, and probably everything else on the property is due to be demolished in 2 days from right now. So we're a reporter coming here to gather any last bits of clues or whatever we can before that happens so that we could tell the story, like write an article about it, because people, it'd probably be in the news, hey, the Blackwood estate has been demolished. So this, so our goal is, as a reporter, to try to gather as much as we can for a story. So we might possibly have something other reporters wouldn't have, because we were able to be here and gather more before anybody else could. I thought I heard something other than just ambient noise. Maybe not, though.
This room was probably a cozy place before. Not anymore.
Yeah, and since it's been several years, as you can see, like, a bunch of stuff's been ransacked and destroyed since Michael was here. So there's really nothing left. For the most part. There's a little bit here and there, right? But not much.
A bottle of thalidomide. I remember reading something about that drug. A bottle of thalidomide. I remember reading something about that drug.
He's not gonna grab it, I guess, then. Okay. My guess is, I said this before you said hello, so I don't know if you heard this or not. My guess is this is probably not, overall, this is probably not very long. This side quest, The Last Visit. Because you could see a lot of stuff is blocked off or missing. There's not nearly as much stuff to explore as there was in the original game. So I'm doubting there's going to be much time required to finish this last visit. So we can't even go, for example, over to the side here. or to the safe or anything, so. Yeah, apparently, so in the original game, right, you had Michael was the writer that we were playing. Jerry was the guy who sold the deed of this property to Michael. Well, it turned out that Jerry had illegally acquired the deed. Or maybe he never actually had the deed, but he basically, Michael paid Jerry money thinking he bought the property. Turns out he didn't buy the property. Turns out Jerry just got paid and got Michael access to the place, but he didn't have the rights to give Michael access to the place. Looks like we're not, oh no, we can't. We can go over above. Anyway, and so Jerry is now in prison. I guess he's serving 4.
The plot thickens. This is the gallery where James Blackwood carried on his eccentric hobby. Or what's left of it.
So Jerry's serving 4 years. Like, he had an 8-year sentence that was reduced down to 4 years. So he's in prison, or was in prison anyway. So he's out of the picture, and Michael won't speak to anybody, including the press, which is also part of why we're here, exploring stuff. And my question is, well, one of my questions, I have a couple, but one of my questions is, why was this, if the property was not rightfully sold to Michael, it had to belong to somebody prior to that, right? Who is it, and why is it fallen into disrepair? Why wouldn't somebody just instead try to sell it to a new buyer? Or potentially, if assuming excuse me, assuming the ending is the same, or that we're going off the ending of the original game, even that was at the end of the original game, even if we remove that from the equation, or why weren't people brought in potentially to remove that from the equation, and then we would continue, or we would have the rest of the property in good condition, but it's not. It's just that.
What a shame they took everything. I would have loved to have seen what kind of stuff Blackwood kept here. Not much to see here. Not much to see here.
So that's the same.
How interesting. This seemed to be a secret storeroom. Whatever was here must have been of high importance. Unless they wanted to keep it secured for other reasons.
Yeah, I'm sure you would come to that conclusion, not having been here before. Anyway.
Just useless junk.
Alright, so the mask is obviously not here anymore. Presumably somebody stole it. Michael didn't take it. Michael ran and just kept running. He didn't bother trying to take it with him, so... Oh, it's a one step to there, so we don't... I was going to try to examine this on the wall, but I guess I can't. Okay. So, it looks like that might be it that's in here. Okay.
I think I'll take my chances with the other stairway. This one looks quite dangerous. There must have been several paintings adorning this hallway in the past. Only this one remains now, though. Most likely too scary for the burglars to take.
I would say this is probably mostly similar to what was here before. Somebody even took the towels. Okay. All right. Well, let's No accounting for taste, I suppose.
The window seems to have been covered with mud.
It's super dark in here now, so...
I can't see a thing in this bathroom, and I forgot to bring my flashlight. I can't see a thing in this bathroom, and I forgot to bring my flashlight.
All right. Looks like the curtain is around, so the tub is empty. As far as I can tell. We could, right from that front room, go down below, which is where Michael ended landed things in the first game. But the thing is,
I won't be able to go upstairs. It looks too dark and dangerous.
And dangerous. All right, so nothing else. So I guess we are going down below now, because that's the only other place we've not been. We cannot go in the kitchen. Somebody stole the doorknob from the kitchen, so we cannot go in the kitchen. The stairs here are blocked. I'm like, if we're downstairs, stairs here are blocked. There's nothing more in the downstairs hallway that he wants to look at. The dining room is wrecked and mostly unexplorable. You can pass through it. That's about it. You cannot get into the study from either side. You go to the room where the phone was, and it's just mostly just passing through. You go to the front living room, and it has murderer painted or whatever on the wall and some graffiti, but otherwise it's pretty much nothing. And then you have the entryway, and that's mostly just passing through. You go up the stairs. We've now been in that far bedroom. There's nothing much in there. We've been in this room now, and this room, and this room. So I guess we just go down. We go to the fireplace and go down the ladder. Hey, Somni. So we're doing the last visit. I've already now explored the whole ground floor and first floor, and pretty much there's nothing. He makes some comments. So weird. I don't know. Do you know the story of this? Like the basic idea of what's going on in the last visit? It's basically a few years after the events of the original game. Michael's gone back to America. He won't talk to... Yeah. So Michael's gone back to America. He won't talk to reporters. He refuses to talk to any press or anything about his experience. Unsurprisingly, given how things ended at the end of the first game. Jerry was convicted of fraud because he didn't have the rights to sell this property to Michael in the first place. So Jerry was convicted of fraud. He was supposed to serve 8 years. He served 4 years, but now is on probation and can't be anywhere near this property at all. And he can't talk to anybody about it either. So he's out of the picture as well. So that's pretty much where we leave off the characters from the first game. Robin presumably is still here. When I was in the front yard, here I'll just show you really fast the front yard. Anyway, I've been basically all through the ground floor and the first floor, and I don't remember his name, but our reporter that we're playing, he made a couple of comments, like when he entered on the first floor, he entered the room with all where the African artifacts had been. He said, "Oh yeah, this was the room where all that stuff used to be and everything." And where he entered the room Michael stayed in. He's like, "Michael spent a lot of time here, but there's not much left." Anyway, most of the place has been looted and or vandalized. You can even see some stuff got left here. But this is interesting.
Something is moving down there.
So I'm pretty sure Robin is still around. And that we can't grab any of those things, but like the goblet and the plate and stuff, they're They are what they are. Now, that said, obviously Michael fled without grabbing any of this stuff. I think these are looters. People who looted and were taking stuff with them. Maybe they went too far or they ran into Robin or something, got freaked out, and they ran. And so they dropped some of their stuff in their flight. Yeah, seriously. I don't know how this goes, too. So in the original one, right, you were supposed to fight and kill Robin? I don't know how it works in this one. Are we supposed to fight Robin now? I don't know. Anyway, so pretty much everything on this ground floor and the first floor has been looted. Well, anything that's worth anything. There are places we cannot go. We cannot go in the study on this level. The doorknob is missing on this entrance over here. And then the other side, in the dining room, the doors from there, it's stuck, so you can't get through. So there's no study. We cannot get into the kitchen because the doorknob there is missing as well. So basically, down here we have the living room over to the right here. We have this entryway. We have this little, I don't even know, sitting room or whatever where the phone was. There's a dining room, and then there's the hall on the far side. That's all the rooms that are available on the first floor, and none of them really have anything worth anything. And then upstairs, you've got the hallway. So that goes like this and down and all the way. So the full hallway is available. The far bathroom, unfinished bathroom, is available. The artifacts room where the African artifacts were, and the Catherine's former bedroom that's across from there, those are both available. And then the room where I think Jonathan stayed, but where Michael stayed while he was here, that room is available. None of those really have anything. There is one note where in the room where Catherine would have been, there was a bottle of theobromide or whatever it was, and he says, "Oh, that's interesting that there's that here. That's used sometimes by some people or something." It's pretty generic. Doesn't really give you much information. Anyway, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is just examining, and these were once worth something, but they're trashed now, or there was a lot of stuff here, but it's all gone, all that kind of stuff. So there's really nothing on the ground floor or the first floor. There's that mess out there. We cannot get into the garage. It's got the doors open, and he basically says it's just full of junk. I'm not going to worry about going in there, so you don't go in the garage. And then it's like all muddy and swampy on the path between where the fountain is going, basically. So you can there's a bunch of swampy area there, so you cannot get to the greenhouse. You also cannot get to the chapel. And since we cannot get into the kitchen because the doorknob is missing, we'll never get to the crypt again either. So, yeah. So I think the question now at this point is, how many puzzles are there going to be, and what all are we going to do to solve them? There's really nothing. I mean, the piano is destroyed, the chairs and tables, the table's missing, the chairs are destroyed, these chairs are all busted up, the table's there, but... Oh, and then there's this, murderer, written on the back wall, so that's there. When we analyze the graffiti over here, he says it's barely legible and it won't give him anything, won't really help him with anything, so... And in fairness, in a lot of ways that makes sense. I mean, something you cannot find or end or something, a face, right? None of this is going to be useful. So that's pretty much. So now we're going to go down below. It's the only place we can go. Is down.
Just useless junk. Just useless junk. Just useless junk.
Wait, this is junk? This is brick, though. But okay, fine. Okay. The door's busted off. I don't think I like that. And, of course, our favorite hole.
Ah! Oh, there's an intense smell of urine in this room. It seems like cats have claimed it as their home.
Still no comments about there being blood versus rust versus whatever, so. But, again, like we said before, I presume that's blood.
What a charming little teddy bear. Its head is almost ripped off. What a charming little
That's
teddy
still
bear.
the bear?
Its
Okay.
head is almost ripped off.
All right. Let's go run into Robin, shall we?
There's some object inside that hole. Ah, there's also a nasty cat in there as well.
Do I even have an inventory? I've got my recorder. So what would I want to... use to get the cat to leave? I assume that's the goal. I don't remember getting anything from... Cat, just kick it. Oh, that's mean. So in short, Jerry the mouse is a con man. There's Robin hiding in the basement, and Mask may be involved also. I don't know if the mask is involved or not. It might be. It's missing. It's no longer where it was when Michael left the house. So who knows? Very complex cartoon episode. Well, I know. I knew you were kidding. I was just joking, too, about calling you cruel. I mean, if you were serious, it'd be cruel, but obviously I don't think you're serious. Okay, I wonder if maybe we get now... that bottle from Catherine's old room. I don't know, but possibly. He just examined it before, but maybe we can use it. But I don't know what it's for, so maybe it's not.
A bottle of thalidomide.
Thalidomide, that's what it was.
I remember reading something about that drug. This is my trusty recorder. I'm using it to make a testament of my visit to Blackwood Manor.
Interesting that he has voice acting for all of this stuff, but not in the original game for most of it. Just here and there. I get that there was a lot larger of a game, but it is still interesting to me that there's not that really now. So we can't even go over here, for instance. So, how am I going to get the cat to leave, I wonder? Because I haven't really found anything I can grab. Like, as you see, I have my recorder. I have otherwise nothing in my inventory. There's been nothing I could grab. Only examining stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the cat. Interesting. Nope, not from this side either. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I do think that's right. Doesn't want to go up there because he says, oh yeah, he won't go upstairs because he says,
I won't be able to go upstairs. It looks too dark and dangerous.
So he's basically making an excuse for himself because he's scared of the dark. But anyway, that's off limits to us as well because of that, or at least for now it is, if not in general. There's nothing in here unless I missed something.
The window seems to have been covered with mud.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything that the cats... Oh, you know what? There is this ball of paper. I couldn't do anything with it before. Maybe I can grab it now? No. Okay. Because cats do like balls and strings.
That's odd. Arthate left most of his stuff in here. In turn, it seems, later visitors have barely left anything.
Yep. Anyway, though, you can see, like, the drawers are open. The chairs are there, so, like, this blocks me from opening these and looking in them. And this blocks me from looking under the desk. It's basically almost everything has been cut off from any kind of usefulness. I can't go upstairs, so obviously we don't have the attic, but we also don't have the upstairs bathroom, the workshop room, the paint room. We don't have the storage room, and we don't have the stairs going up to the tower, which in turn would have allowed, well, previously when Michael was here at least, right, grabbing the rope and going into the kids' room. So while we have Catherine's room here, there's no way into Robin's former room. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but the towels are missing from that bathroom. So unless there's a towel somewhere else that I've not seen, which is possible, but unless there's a towel somewhere that I haven't seen, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking we might need to wipe the mud. We will need something to distract the cat or whatever, I'm guessing. There's really not almost anything outside. There's nothing in his car. He won't even go get his car. The fountain is empty. See, this is what I was talking about before, where it's basically just a bunch of sludge. He won't go any farther.
It's a huge pool of water blocking the way.
Even though he could probably cross and just get muddy doing so. But he's not going to. If I do this...
I can't go this way.
Or this.
I can't go this way.
So this is to the chapel. This is to the greenhouse. So neither of those are available now.
Whoever left all this stuff in here must have been leaving the house in quite a hurry. Whoever left all this stuff in here must have been leaving the house in quite a hurry.
So nothing new on those. Now that we know the cat's there, there's still nothing new on those. Could be. Could be, yeah. That's definitely a possibility. It's also possible that just time maybe that land was kind of had a dip in it. I don't remember. It didn't look like it when we played as Michael in the original game, but maybe there was enough of a dip in that water over time settled, and because there are no longer people keeping up the grounds, the water just is kind of stagnated and stayed there. Possibly. I don't know. You see, he won't go in the garage.
There's a huge amount of junk inside this garage. I won't even attempt going in.
Or he won't go inside the garage. So... Oh, I didn't see this before.
This can might prove useful.
Okay. So we have a can. Woohoo! What can? Is it just an empty can?
This can might prove useful.
Yeah, it's just an empty can. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Yep. Yeah, when I was growing up, we had dogs and cats both at our house. Now I have water. Cats don't like water, so that might get it to move.
This can might prove useful.
Or I could use this maybe on the muddy windows. That's also possible. I think actually the muddy windows makes more sense too. So maybe we'll do that. Hey, carpet. It is really scratches this time, yeah. It's actually the side quest DLC, whatever you call it. It's the last visit. So we finished the original game. So we're just last visit now, yeah. Yep, and I've not played this before, so we can't get to the kitchen. The door handle is missing. I guess they were valuable and somebody stole them, so we can't even open the kitchen door currently. We cannot get into the study, and we cannot get into the kitchen. Those areas from downstairs are... Vader is Luke's father. No! God dang it, carpet! Carpet, you're starting to piss me off. Just kidding. Okay, let's see if this works this way.
I don't see the point in doing that.
It does not work that way. Okay. We do not have a rag or towel or anything.
I can't see a thing in this bathroom, and I forgot to bring my flashlight.
I don't think we'd want to do that,
I
right?
don't see the point in doing that.
I was like, that doesn't make sense, but figured try. Maybe something unexpected happens. Kaiser Thursday is the cripple. Yeah. Usual Suspects, man. What a nice reference. What a good movie, man. Back when people made movies that were actually high quality. I'm not saying they can't still, but today, almost like the lion's share of the movies nowadays all have to have some kind of a political or social message. It's just like, what the hell, dude? Why don't you just make a story instead of trying to preach at me or whatever? I don't care if there's some kind of a, you know, what do you call it? Moral to the story or something. I don't care if you're trying to teach some some kind of underneath the surface message, but the overtly, yeah, people are oppressed and people like this are not being treated fairly. And these people, we need to realize that they're human too. And I was like, first of all, I agree with you. They're human too, and that they need to be treated fairly. And secondly, you don't have to constantly be shoving crap into my face like that.
A bottle of thalidomide. I remember reading something about that drug.
But since they can't grab it, the only option would be to pour the water on there, which isn't gonna be useful, I don't think. So I was hoping maybe I had missed, maybe there was a torn curtain or something in here, but it's not looking like it. Alright, maybe there's something somewhere else we can use. I don't know. We'll see. Exactly. See, I don't have a problem with, like, Well, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I agree every time with the message they're trying to push, but I don't have a problem with them having a message of some kind, and I don't have a problem with, like, a lot of times I agree with the message they've got. I doubt this could do anything, but
I don't see the point in doing that.
you know, I think it's cool. Like I agree with a lot of stuff they say. I don't. My life is not social issues or politics. My life is far more interesting and important to me than that kind of stuff. So I guess if my employment were like political commentator or something, I might be more interested, but I don't know.
I don't see the point in
Yeah,
doing
I don't
that.
think that's going to do anything either. I'm looking for potentially a rag to put in the bucket, but I keep finding stuff that I can examine but not grab, so I don't know. Nothing in the bathroom, nothing in the artifacts room, nothing in Catherine's former room, nothing in Jonathan's former room. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I guess downstairs maybe. Murderer. 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 No, we can't do anything on the top with that. Yeah, so see, over here, the study.
I guess the doorknobs must have been very valuable.
Somebody stole the doorknob, so you can't even open it.
I guess the doorknobs must have been very valuable.
So that's staying shut, inaccessible. Unless we get a crowbar later or something, but I mean, let's be honest, I doubt we're going to get a crowbar in this scenario. Just because we had one as Michael doesn't mean anything. And then we go in here. There used to be the silverware and napkins, yeah. What do you call it? Like place cloths and stuff in there, but those are, I can't even access that now. We can't go over there close enough, and also looks like the drawer's open, so those probably aren't even there anymore. We try to access the doors from this side, and he says they won't budge.
Yeah, the door is stuck beyond hope.
And then if we go here, yeah, I have the can full with water. Yep. I got the water from that pool outside.
This can might prove useful.
Yeah, I thought maybe we might. I wasn't sure if we were going to use it for the clearing the mud on those windows or if we were going to use it with the cat. I'm guessing at this point we're going to use it on the cat since it doesn't seem like there's any cloth or anything. So here's the kitchen. See, and it's
There's
missing.
no chance of going this way. Not unless I find the exact same doorknob.
So, for now, at least, we're not going that way. All right, let's go back down and see if we can toss the water on the cat. Hey, Monmouth, welcome. No. Did you finish watching my playthrough of the original Scratches game?
Yes, that could work. But the cat would probably jump at me from this spot, and it's already mad enough.
I know. We need to go out to the hole. Okay, so after that finished, Michael fled the property, went back to America. He refuses to talk to any reporters about any of his experience here. Jerry was not allowed to sell the house in the first place. So he was convicted of fraud, got 8 years in prison, but only had to serve 4. But he's on probation and not allowed to set foot on this property. So Jerry and Michael are both completely out of the picture. I don't remember I don't remember the character's name now in this the last visit, but we're a reporter coming that basically this property is, since that time that Michael fled, the property has fallen into disrepair, and looters have come and vandals and destroyed a bunch of stuff. Okay? Like, this fountain is empty, for example. If you go over this way, this is just a big pool of water now, so you cannot get to the greenhouse, you cannot get to the chapel, the garage, or garage if you say it the way they said it, this guy said it, that's full of junk, so he refuses to go in there. Okay, so a lot of stuff is shut off, or closed off. Okay? Among other things, doorknobs were stolen. So on the ground floor, there's no way into the study. The doorknob from the living room into the study was stolen, so you cannot go that way. And when you go to the dining room and you try to push the double doors, he says it's stuck beyond all hope. So you cannot get into the study. You go past the dining room into that back hall, and there's the door to the kitchen. The doorknob there is missing, so you cannot get into the kitchen. So basically anything from the kitchen back, including the crypt, is off limits. The study is off limits. All of these buildings outside are off limits in this game, or in this DLC or whatever. Okay? Also, on the second floor, all of the rooms on the second floor are available except for Robin's room that was sealed off. Okay? Robin's room we can't get to. All the other rooms on the second floor are available. There's not really much in them because of the vandalism and stuff. And then the stairs going up to the third floor, he says it's too dark and looks dangerous, so he's not going to go up it. So the whole third floor, the half-finished bathroom, the workshop where we created the stuff to ward off the evil spirit, the painting room, all that stuff, the attic, the tower, all of that is inaccessible as well. Yes, exactly, Somni. That's why I came back out here. I figured I would also, while I was coming out here, explain stuff to Monmouth, but that's exactly what I was planning. Yep. I was like, well, the cat's angry there, if we put the water down the hole, the cat's not going to know it's us per se, or at least not going to be able to come after us, right? It'll probably just run away because of the water. Maybe we might need a light. I would say normally yes. I don't know if this house, or in this DLC, if we're supposed to actually be able to go up there at all or not. If we do need to go up there, we'll need to find a light at some point for sure. Yeah. Good idea. Yeah. Oh, the poor cat. The cat's like, you son of a, I am going to kill you. Oh, I feel kind of bad, but I mean, not really. I mean, it's not like we hurt the cat. We just upset the cat. All right. Let me do it one more time, maybe. Unless he says no. Just for good measure, in case the cat's still there. No, it doesn't highlight anymore. Okay. So we don't need to do it again. We have it full of water again. Presumably because we could fill it again, we will actually want to use it again. So, yeah. Well, yeah. But I assume we're going to use well, first of all, the goblet wouldn't hold nearly as much water, so you need to go again and again and again and again. And then also, presumably, since we refilled the can also, we're going to want something with that amount of water somewhere later in the DLC. I need a light. Oh, do I need a light? Okay, well, I'll have to find it at some point then, because I've not got a light yet. He doesn't have a flashlight, I guess. He didn't earlier. It's possible something changed since the cat's gone. Let me see. It's possible. I doubt it, but just in case. He did not allow me to get into his car after we were parked. So it's possible we might need to get something from the car now. Although I'm kind of doubting it, but it's possible. Yeah. Well, they're vandals, right? Vandals do silly, stupid stuff, right? Yeah, we're not getting into our car. Vandals do random stuff, right? So it's not unsurprising somebody would have put that. And murderer, I mean, obviously, they're basically condemning Jonathan Blackwood, right? These are all just examined still? Yep, okay. So we're not taking any of those. Okay, so let's go back down below again. I do agree with you, though, Silwell. Like somebody was saying, that is a good point. Like, somebody, especially like a murderer, but anybody who's, like, kind of a hardened criminal, they do it regardless of, you know, how bad what they're doing might be. They generally won't really care that other people might not really.
And the prize is a doorknob.
Oh, we have to study now? Can we go anywhere else, though? No. Okay, this is either going to go the kitchen or it's going to go... to the study. I don't know which. I would hope it's the kitchen, but I don't know.
I don't see the point in doing that.
Okay, so we're not going to clean off the teddy bear, apparently. Yeah. Really? Oh. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's kind of sad because they're nice, too. I mean, I suppose that's why they get stolen.
That doesn't work.
Okay, so kitchen it is. We might find another doorknob in the kitchen, but... yeah, I know. So we actually might get to go in the kitchen after all. We were not able to before, but we might be able to now.
I wonder if this kitchen was ever tidy.
Yep, and so we can definitely go in the basement. No, it's great and stuff. No, nothing here.
My goodness, they didn't even spare the forks. My goodness, they didn't even spare the forks.
Okay.
This door is severely damaged. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest beyond it, so I won't bother.
Okay, so we won't go in the servants' quarters either now. Even the little flyers and stuff that are on the walls are mostly missing. Wow.
The
Okay.
atmosphere is almost unbearable down here in the basement. The walls are dripping with moisture.
Dripping with moisture. We had restarted the water, but we never got the pipes working in the house before leaving. So I wonder why that is. Okay. Bottles. There's this. There's still this cover plate that we never accessed either.
It's a huge furnace, which still doesn't seem quite large enough to heat the whole house.
That's why there are fireplaces on different floors as well.
It's a huge furnace, which still doesn't seem quite large enough to heat the whole house.
Looks like we're not doing anything with the furnace. Probably grab this rag. There we go.
It's a huge furnace,
Okay.
which still it's an ordinary piece of rag. It's an ordinary piece of rag.
But I was able to use it on the bucket and get water. Okay, let's see if we can clear off that mud maybe now. I don't know if that's really the next step, but we might be able to do that. This place is so run down. I'm just waiting for him to like be climbing stairs and suddenly the stairs bust or something. And then he busts through a floor and then he's in some area where he can't get out or something. Yeah. Well, we did see some things like the goblet and plate out front where people had been looting from the property and had fled and dropped some stuff. I feel like maybe they dropped the handle and maybe for some reason Robin has a fascination with the handle and so took it down with him like maybe as if it were a toy. I don't know. Yeah, it could also be better not to know. It's true. I don't know if that's... yeah. The boxes and cans? Oh, let's go back down and see. I don't think I could access them, though, but I might have missed. Did things change when I moused over something? I mean, arrow is move. Can I examine these? I didn't think I could examine them. Might have missed something, though. Oh, no, here you go. Yep, looks like that's probably... So, good call. I missed that. I was hovering over stuff and I apparently missed that that was accessible. Alright, good. I do think I've covered everything else in here, though, so... Okay. So let's... see, can I go out here?
It's impossible to go this way. The door is rusted shut.
Oh, so we will never go to the crypt either. Unless we pry the door open at some point. Which, given that he says it's impossible to go this way, I'm going to guess we're never going that way. But you don't know for sure, of course. Alright, so yeah, let's try cleaning the mud off of those windows in the upstairs bathroom. I'm not sure what that's going to do. Well, it will illuminate the upstairs bathroom, right? Like, we'll have lights in there so we can see. That might be enough for us to be able to search in drawers or something. Maybe we find something in the drawers that we need to, like, go upstairs, for example. Where, for example, gosh, hang on. Whoops, sorry. Sorry. Hang on. Where carpet. Yeah, I was like, it starts with a K. What's your name again? I couldn't. Sorry. Brain fart. Carpet. Yeah, carpet was saying where I need a light to go up there. So maybe we find something in here that we could use as a light. Okay. Okay, let's now do this. I don't think clean enough. Let's try it one more time. Oh. Maybe it is clean enough. Alright. Cannot access that. Oh, hey, there's the mask. No, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted, was the stupid friggin' mask.
I can't tell exactly why, but I don't like this mask one bit.
So it found its way up here somehow, I guess.
I don't see the point in doing that. I don't see the point in doing that. That doesn't work.
Yep. That damn mask, dude. You knew we wouldn't be done. You knew we'd have to... I thought maybe somebody'd be wearing the mask as we went around. We'd run into somebody wearing the mask. You knew the mask had to come into play at some point. We in danger, girl. Girl, I'm gonna leave your scraggly ass behind. I wonder how this works. Okay, what if I do this? Do I use my recorder on the mask to record thoughts about the mask or something?
No clues whatsoever to find in there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know. Okay. But it does look like that's how that works. So I click on the recorder and then hover over something and hit record, and then he'll record thoughts, I guess.
There must have been several paintings adorning this hallway in the past. Only this one remains now, though. Most likely, no clues whatsoever to find in there. I won't be able to go upstairs.
Dark, right?
It looks too dark. And, dangerous.
I mean... Back in here, maybe there's something else going on in here now. Now that we found the mask.
No clues whatsoever to find in there.
The mask used to be here. It's now in the tub, which is weird.
No clues whatsoever to find in there.
Not a big fan of this music playing now. I mean, I am. I like it. I'm just saying I don't like it, if you know what I mean. Well, basically, once the light comes in that room, you just have a magnifying glass on the curtain. And when you hit that, then you're looking in the tub with the mask and the curtain pulled around some. Are you saying once I'm in that view, try to open the curtain the rest of the way? I don't know if I can. I could try. Give me a second here. So we'll go here. Oh. What?
No.
And he falls.
Who are
Uh-oh.
you? What are you doing here? Can't you see this place is dangerous? Robin, please forgive me. I had to see you before I returned to my dying baby.
Golem. And I guess he's like, F this. I'm out of here.
As I hurriedly left Blackwood Manor, I tried putting together what I just experienced, to no avail. I was in shock and couldn't think clearly, and it took many days until I was ready to pass judgment on what I'd seen. The Blackwood estate has now been demolished, and I have arrived at a conclusion. It is clear that the Blackwood family, with the help of this Dr. Milton, kept their son hidden from the public as he was suffering from severe malformations. It is unclear whether he was truly dangerous, or the Blackwoods were simply psychotic. Quite possibly one thing led to another, and this situation ended with the death of Catherine Blackwood. We can finally give some closure to this sad episode in the peaceful town of Rothbury. And yet, there's something I can't quite explain. A missing link, something that just doesn't fit. We may never know what the real heart of the mystery is. But for the time being, this will have to do.
There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Milton. Dr. Milton coming to take Robin away, save him, be like a foster dad to him or something. Okay. So that was a very short side quest, short DLC. There you go. So that's actually Scratches. Now, I don't know if this has come out yet or not. There was... I don't remember now. I don't know if I'm going to find it here either or not. There was a game that was supposed to be a mostly mystery game, I think. Something about like an order. Oh, you know what? I bet I have it. I bet I have it in my list of potential games. Hang on. Let me see. Let's see. Here? It's not there. Let's see. Probably take me a couple minutes to find this. I think, if I remember, I think I added it to a list of potential games to play that I just haven't played yet. So, whoops, that should not be over in that window. Um, no, I don't think that's it either. Oh yeah, Mom. Sorry, you missed the ending. Basically, yeah. So we used the doorknob on the kitchen door. That allowed us to go into the basement. In the basement, we found a rag, and also thanks to Somni, because I missed it initially, we also found a little bottle of like dish detergent. So we put the rag in the bucket of water. Then we put the dish detergent on the rag. Then we go up to the bathroom on the first floor, and we clean the window so it was light enough. Then I looked at the curtain around the bathtub, and we saw like dirty water or kind of muddy, whatever. Anyway, and the mask was there. And then from there, so you saw the rest? Okay, yeah. So that's basically, yep. Never did find a light, though, for going up to the third floor. I don't know that you're ever supposed to. Didn't seem like it was a thing. But maybe I missed some extra content or something. Okay. So then, so we found the mask. And then I basically started walking away, and somebody was like, well, did you pull the curtain back? I was like, oh, that's a good point. I didn't really examine to see if there's more to see. So I go back to open the curtain, and Robin is there. Robin comes out of the tub and starts coming after us, and we're like, oh, we're running. We fall over the railing down to the ground floor, and Robin comes down. Robin kind of jumps down and is ready to attack us, and the front door opens, and Dr. Milton, who had been the doctor when Robin was originally born and stuff, he shows up and says that he was looking over Robin, and he was telling us that this was a dangerous house, we shouldn't be here. So we left, and then the reporter kind of summarized his findings of what he understood was happening, that something happened to the Blackwoods. Robin had some kind of physical abnormalities, that Milton had been protecting him, that there was something going on with the Blackwood family. Some people might call it a curse. He's not sure what it is, but something's going on with them where, it caused a bunch of problems, and eventually Catherine died. So I guess Milton had to have been, yeah. Because I was wondering, I was like, how the frick did Robin survive on his own? He would have been like 5 or 6 when all of the stuff went down, when like Jonathan would have been arrested no later than 5 or 6 years old for Robin. So yeah, still a little vague, but yeah, definitely we know more what's going on now. So okay, it's not this list, so it must be my other list, which is going to be here, I think. What? No. No. Or it's under G for games to play or something. Hmm. Those ones I've already done. Oh, I should actually do this anyway. This. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, I know where it is. I'm an idiot. I know where it is. I'm pretty sure, at least. All right, here we go. I think it's this one. Let me see. No, not that. I have it under this. Let's see. It's not on the list. So it's basically, it's not the order, but oh, it might be the council. That might be the one. The last door. No, I don't think so. So those are a couple I have to add. So let me add these. So Timbleweed Park, the last door, Maniac Mansion. Maybe you're not suggesting that. The council. Yeah, let's. I think it might be the council. I think that might be the one I'm thinking of, actually. So let's look that one up, because I think I either bought it or I put it on my wish list on Steam. I think one of the two. Let's see. Steam cannot be super laggy when I'm trying to go through my games list. How do you know you have too many games when Steam goes as you try to see other games? Yep. And I've got it. I just don't have it installed. Okay, let's install the council. We'll start that, and then Saturday nights we'll be playing the council, I think. For however long that takes. Other than possibly taking too much memory with other apps open that I might need to close. Otherwise, I should be fine for anything that the council might require. My graphics card is a little old because it's been a couple years since I got it. I think 2 years. I think I got it 2 years ago, 2.5 maybe. But it was like top of the line when I got it a couple years ago. Let me see. It is. How is that maximized? I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, it's taking a while. I'm waiting for the console to install anyway. It's taking a bit for Device Manager to pull up information. Yeah, but my graphics card should be decent. Some of my other stuff on my computer is older because I haven't replaced. I just didn't get around to replacing some of the other stuff. But yeah, it's old now. Are we? It's 3 years old. 3 years old. I bought it in 2017. Or the end of 2016. It's a GTX 1080. So it's a bit old. It's 3 years old. Should be okay for most stuff, especially if the game that I'm trying to play is an older game. Console's not super old, but it has been out for a little bit, right? Yeah, it should be problem like I said. It should be no problem like I said. I do need to update my graphics card, of course. I need to update a lot of stuff with my computer is the thing. I need to get a lot more memory. Memory is probably the biggest weakness right now. That's probably the biggest thing I have to get. So, 2018. So it came out basically a year after I bought my graphics card. So it should be fine, yeah. I think I got the full season pass. I think. Let me see. Wow, there is lag. Steam is not like installing and letting you browse at the same time. Anyway. Oh, really? Oh. Canada coastline size? Oh. Be safe, dude. You know, there's a lot of that kind of stuff is all kind of hitting the fan at the same time. Yeah, Australia's getting a beating. The koalas. Yeah, so there's the storm you're describing. There's all that, yeah, all those fires. Yep. That just have devastated Australia. There have been some earthquakes in the center part of the United States. Yeah, it's like all of the earth is kind of just going crazy at once now, because we have this pandemic, and then at the same time as the pandemic, we have all these natural disasters breaking out. It's crazy. Yeah, it's not. It's not a great thing. Is there a volcano in New Zealand going crazy also? Jeez. Yeah, droughts. Yep. Yeah. I don't know about this year, but at least last year, so 2019 and 2018 both were really, really bad drought and fire seasons for California. I'm in the mountain area in the middle of the United States. So, like Denver, Colorado, I'm in that area. So, I'm kind of in the center. But we get our own wildfires in the summer because of all the forests and stuff. I'm from the West Coast originally. I'm from I'm from maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes south of Seattle. So I'm a coastal boy originally. That's right. Yeah, I'm from near Seattle. Uh Over the course, I spent some time in Europe. I lived in like the Netherlands and Germany and Austria and stuff for a while. After I'd had kind of my fill of seeing the world, and I was like, okay, now I got to get my in gear and I got to start working on actually my life for later on, right? Then I moved back to the United States, and I started going to school, um, and then I got a job in kind of the mountain area, and so I stayed there. No. I just decided it was kind of a journey of self discovery a little bit. I didn't really backpack. I took trains and stuff everywhere when I went. I had some people I wrote letters to and stuff, and so I had a couple of families I stayed with while I was there for some of the time. So yeah, nice. Yeah. So I just kind of I was like, I want to better appreciate people in other parts of the world. So I actually lived some of the time I lived in the West, so like Germany and Austria and the Netherlands, like I said, Belgium a little bit. I didn't live in Belgium. I went through it and visited like Brussels and stuff, Antwerp. Never lived in Belgium though. But then I also lived and or visited some places that previously had been uh, behind the Iron Curtain, so former communist places. So I visited like Hungary and Poland and the Ukraine, right? So I visited some of those places too. The Czech Republic and Slovakia. At the time when I visited it, it was not yet broken into two, so it was Czechoslovakia. But yeah, I've been to Budapest, for example, and I've been to yep. Anyway, so yeah, so I got a nice cultural experience that way, and I've continued to do those kinds of things. I've never just like gone and lived somewhere for a year or 2 years. I don't do that anymore, but I still go out and visit places. I've been to like Peru, not just Lima, but also what is it called? It's a mountainous town. It's something like 25,000 people. What's it called? Starts with a C. I keep wanting to say Curacao, but that's an island in the Caribbean. Anyway, so I've been to Peru. Yep, Machu Picchu, for example. Yep, I visited that. And I've climbed Huayna Picchu, that peak right next to the ruins. Yep. And I've been in, like I said, like Lima and stuff. Not gone to the Amazon. Not sure if I really want to go to the Amazon unless I was with a group. Then I might. So, but so I've been to Peru. I've been to Israel. Like I've been to Tel Aviv and stuff. So I go other places. I just don't move there anymore. I'll usually take anywhere, depending on where I go, but anywhere from a week to like a month off from everything. And I'll go experience the culture there for a while, but then come back. I just won't move there and come. Because I'm far enough along in life now, if I want retirement, stuff like that, I can't be just like uprooting myself all the time, right? You gotta, if you're gonna work a job, you need to work so long and then build up a retirement. Or in my case, so I do work a job too, but in my case, I do like investing in stocks and stuff. But even still, if I go somewhere else and I live there, I'm subject to the, I mean, as long as you're in another country, you're subject to the laws there. And I don't always agree with laws in other countries. And that's not specific countries. There are plenty of laws in a lot of different other countries that I don't agree with. I don't have a problem with living the laws while I'm there, but that's why I wouldn't want to necessarily live there long term, because most other places I don't agree with their laws, and so I would only want to be constrained by those laws for a certain amount of time. When I was young and, really adventurous and wanted to explore a bunch of stuff, I didn't have a problem with that because it was kind of this let's see how things go. I want to take a chance and just see where the wind blows me and stuff. And I don't have a problem with that. But because I'm getting older, once I get to a certain age, I'm not there yet, obviously, but once I get to a certain age, it's going to start, my body will start breaking down and stuff. And then doing the moving all the time and stuff is going to be more difficult, right? So I just figure I'll just try to manage stuff in a different way. Plus now, I could still do it in most countries, I suppose. I can still do streaming and uploading to YouTube. That's the internet now is enough in most places in the world that it wouldn't be too hard, I suppose. Anyway, just plus as you get older, your ideas about the world kind of change. You develop certain opinions, like I like this, I don't like that kind of stuff. Whereas when I was, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, I was really open to just kind of see what happened. And I'm open in the sense of I let people do what they want to do. I want them to have that freedom, and I try not to judge and stuff. But I'm not open in terms of figuring out what I like and I don't like. I'm only maybe 50% open in that regard. Because a lot of the time I'll already know, that's not going to be something I'm going to want to do. Maine or the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, I mean, it's super sparsely populated, but you could even try somewhere like Montana or something, or one of the Dakotas or something. Although I don't know, I don't know about the cold there in the winters would be the thing, but something like Montana or Dakotas, they would have more of the wilderness, and it would be foggy a lot. Because you get a lot of, especially somewhere like Montana or Idaho or the east side of Washington State, a lot of that was cut by glaciers in prehistoric times. So you have a lot of lakes throughout left over from the scars from the glacier action. And so a lot of those lakes will give you a lot of fog too. Okay, well, if you're looking for cold near the ocean, then you don't want Seattle probably, because that's moderate. I mean, if you specifically want cold, but near the ocean. You probably don't want Seattle. That's moderate. You probably want a little bit north of British Columbia. So maybe South Alaska might be more your speed then. South Alaska has a lot of the fog as well, and it's cold-ish. I mean, it's got some nice, if you're in the south of Alaska, it's got some nice periods during the summer, but it's got cold periods, and it fogs up a lot, and it's got wilderness. Yeah, so Alaska would maybe be a good place. Washington has a lot of wilderness, and it has a lot of fog, so you've got 2 of the 3. So if you don't mind the not cold, then the Seattle, well, maybe not Seattle proper, but that area would be definitely a place to consider, yeah. Just depends on if you need all 3 or what your stipulations are. Geez, this thing, I didn't even think about it. I couldn't remember the name of it, so I didn't even think about getting it installed ahead of time. The console's only like a third of the way installed now, so it's a little over a third. Yeah, exactly, yep. Yeah, and you can go, so Seattle is like a third of the way down from the Canadian border. So you do have still like a third of the, vertical direction of the state above Seattle that you can do. Like there's Bellevue and places like that. You could try, there's Gig Harbor. There's some places like that are north of Seattle that you could do that would be, it's not nearly as busy as Seattle and still within close enough distance that you can go to the big city if you need to get something from the big city. So, well, I say big, quote unquote. I mean, it's not like you're sick of Queens, so it's not New York size, obviously. I mean, New York's huge, but Seattle's, I mean, it's moderate. I mean, it would be considered a big city, but definitely not even close to like New York size. Seattle's, well, I don't know what it is these days. When I was there, it was like, I think, I don't even remember now. I don't even know. I think it was like maybe 6,500,000 in Seattle proper, and then if you include like suburbs around it and stuff, it was something like 1.5 million. But I don't know. It might be more now. I don't know how many people are moving to Seattle or not. Oh yeah, Maine would be nice. I do think Maine would be a really nice place to visit. Yeah, Maine seems like the kind of climate I would enjoy. Yep, definitely. Yeah, that might be a good choice. Yeah, and that's good that Maine's doing that too. They're trying to give tax credits for people in STEM fields because I feel like Maine, maybe not so much as some of the southern states, but it feels like Maine is a state that might have a problem with lagging behind in staying up with current technology and stuff. So it would be nice if they can get more people in STEM fields there so they could continue to push technology there and stay up to speed on stuff. Yeah, I think that would be a good choice. And you'd be one of, I mean, I don't know, there are probably other people there, I'm sure, that are in STEM fields, but you'd probably be one of a limited number of people in STEM fields there. Because I would imagine Maine would be what, probably potentially fishing, maybe some hunting, maybe some mills like steel mills, or maybe there's some coal mining, and then they would have the normal activities that people would generally have, right? You could be a teacher, you could be a policeman, you could be a doctor, you be all those common professions as well. But I think those ones I named first off, I think are probably kind of the at least the presumed industries there, and I do think that they could do a lot better. They could make a lot better conditions for people living in Maine if they embraced drawing people with technical backgrounds there. Yeah. Okay, we're 2/3 of the way. Gosh. All right, so I feel like maybe we're not gonna play this tonight because it's gonna take forever to, and then we're just gonna get started, and then it's not gonna keep going. So, all right, so starting next Saturday, we'll play the council. Like I said, there's a season pass. I swear I bought the season pass. I'm pretty sure, but let me. What do I need to do? If I go here, oh, you know what? I go here and then wish list. Let's see. I want to see if it's in my library because of the free to play weekend or whatever, or if it's free or not free, or if it's in my library because I've already bought it. And I'm not sure. Excuse me. Oh, you know what though? Actually, I could probably just log in the browser and then Council is already in your Steam library, but I need to play Mosaic also. There's a lot of stuff I need to play, let's be honest. Lunacy St. Rhodes, I'm going to play at some point. At least that's a plan. Maybe I'll do that on my Halloween stream. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I also need to play. Yeah. Yep. Looks like I don't have it on my wish list anymore, so it means that I have already... I think that's what that means, is that I've already bought it. Three-quarters of the way installed. Nice. Ride or die, Batman. Nice. Yep. Yeah, Batman. I don't... I've never been a huge guy into comics, but of the ones that I either have read or where I had like cartoons based on comics that I saw as a kid, Batman's one of the ones that I always really liked. Yeah. Yeah. So I believe I have. Oh yeah. Actually, I can see it here. So I just had in my list on the left where I can choose a game and then install it or whatever. It just says the council. But now that I've clicked the council and I look on the side where it's installing and there's a little picture, like the preview picture of the game, it has the council and then under it says complete season. So I bought the whole season. Oh, you like my Lovecraft shirt? Oh god, where did I buy that? Was that a Walmart buy or did I go online? I can't remember. I buy my clothes and my hats. Well, not all my clothes, but like t-shirts and stuff. I buy a lot of my clothes and a lot of my hats online, either from something like Snorg Tees or something like that, or Amazon, or if I happen to go to a store like, let's say, Walmart or something, where I need to go there already for whatever reason, while I'm there, sometimes I'll stop by like their hat rack or their t-shirts and stuff and have a look and see if they've got anything that speaks to me. So yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love. So what did you think of the Call of Cthulhu game? The Cyanide Studios one? It was okay. I thought it was so. For what it tried to be, I thought they did a good job, but I mean, for what it tried to be, rather than trying to be full Lovecraft, it's okay. My opinion, of course. I haven't played Sinking City yet. That I plan to play. I think I'm going to start Sinking City on my Halloween stream, because there's a lot of stuff coming up. So I played the first Remothered game. The new Remothered game is coming out in like July or something. The new Amnesia game is coming out. So because there are some horror games coming out in the meantime, I'm probably going to not worry about trying to play Sinking City until Halloween, since I'm already behind far enough on it anyway. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was a little disappointing. There were some things about it I was kind of like, I liked, well, to a point. I liked most of the scenes with the Dimensional Shambler. I'm not sure. I wasn't a really big fan of the banishing of the Shambler, that whole thing. That sequence was a little bit hit and miss, I think. That was a bit of a miss, I think. But I did like the Dimensional Shambler in the artifacts room or whatever. And then I also liked it when Pierce was confronted with it a little bit when he went to the Riverside Institute. So I did like it in a couple of those places, but I wasn't a really big fan of it with how they banished it. It was okay, but it wasn't great. Not quite. It's hard. I think I've always thought one of the biggest strengths of Lovecraft is how he kind of plays with your mind. He feeds you just enough that your mind starts filling in a whole bunch of missing information, and your own mind freaks you out more than the text he writes, which I think is excellent. But it's hard to translate that over to something like a game or a movie or anything. Yeah, it's true. In fact, I feel like the only skill that really was very important at the very end was occultism. And because I happened not to have put enough points into the occult in the beginning during character creation, when I got to the final scene, I didn't have enough to make that occultist choice, even though I had read all of the bestiaries and stuff. So, I will try to find out where I got this shirt, and I'll let you know next time I stream, because I can't think of it offhand, and it'll probably take me a bit to search. But I'll try to remember where I got it, and then I'll let you know next time I stream, so I can get that to you, and you can get a copy of the shirt, because it's getting some cracks and stuff in it too, a little bit. So I'd probably want to get another one anyway, so that when this one is finally done, or it's not really usable anymore, I can use the new shirt and just keep going, right? So all right, well, thanks for joining me, everybody. Somni and Siluel, and let's see, Monmouth was here, and who else? Why is there all kinds of lag suddenly? Gal, see this random lag spike. And Carpet, yep. And I think that was it. Make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. I think it's it. So that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for joining me. I will be back tomorrow streaming again, although we'll not be doing To the Moon, of course, but something else. And I'll see you in my other videos. Till next time. Peace.